你好，Solange。
你好，先生，你今天还好吗？
很好，你呢？
我很好，你吃饭今天吗？
我吃饭了，谢谢啊。
谢谢。就现在我们说的中国的，很好的，怎么我们吃饭的很好的。
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this particular interview. My name is Solange ADECHIAN. I'm your raw food chef, plant-based, and I'm also your health coach and the co-founder of Ilera-wellness. So today, I have the pleasure of having my sister here, Solange ADECHIAN, who is going to introduce herself shortly. And we are going to talk about Chinese, traditional Chinese medicine and its impact on our wellness. So welcome, Solange. Can you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Yeah, sure. Hi, Giselle. How are you?
Good, thank you.
My name is Solange ADECHIAN. I am doctor, nutrition, naturopath, and biologist. And today we are talking on a special topic that is very important that we use in naturopathy, especially.
Yes, so a lot of people have been asking this question about traditional Chinese medicine, and I know that both of us have lived in China for at least 4 years. So the Chinese traditional medicine is so dear to our heart. So we are going to talk about it today. But before we even start, I would like to ask you this question. What is the traditional Chinese medicine according to you?
Yes, exactly. This is a good question. So traditional medicine is usually holistic. It's an holistic form of medicine that analyzes multiple aspects of a patient and the relationship with nature. And usually, according to the Chinese medicine, there are several external and internal factors that can influence the human health. The objective of this medicine is to maintain an harmony in all the spheres that revolve around the human being.
Right.
And basically, you know that the traditional Chinese medicine is made on two concepts that are unique and fundamental to Chinese medicine. And the first concept is the qi. The qi, that means the vital energy. In French, we call it l'énergie vitale. And that is the internal energy that people have. And the second also concept is the yin and the yang.
Yes, so which we can see on the screen, right?
Exactly. And the yin and the yang, they are our energy, internal energy. And the purpose of that is to maintain these two concepts balance. That we have the qi from, that is vital energy, and we have the yin and the yang. And the yin meaning all the nutritional aspects that we can have. That's in the lack of nutrients in our body. The yang, that's giving the expression of our body, how how much energy we have. So for example, the person that have hypertension, we say that this person have an excess of yang. That means they have a lot of yang in them. A person that is sick, that is undernourished, we will say that this person has a lower level of yin. And a person that is sick, we're going to say that this person has a low level of qi. Usually, when they say that the qi is missing from a person, that means that he's sick and his vital energy is lower. And in traditional Chinese medicines, that the idea is to maintain a balance between the qi, the yin, and the yang. And what is beautiful in that is that Chinese medicine take account of the person. That means that the person is in the entire body, holistic, as we usually say at Ilera-wellness, the body, mind, soul. And this is very interesting because Chinese medicine go on the prevention, how to maintain the equilibrium, how to maintain the balance of the body health of this person. And what I love in Chinese medicines is that the person is considered in his entire body, and we give a lot of importance to this person. So it's not going to be that the medical doctor that is important, but it's the person that is important. And the importance we're gonna see that later is that the person is considered in the entire body, and each person is different, and they treat it according to his differences, according also to the 5 elements that he belongs to, according to the Chinese medicine.
Wow, that's so interesting. But then, can you tell us what is Chinese medicine used for?
Yeah, sure. You know, Chinese medicine use, some people use traditional Chinese medicine to treat problems such as asthma, allergies, and infertilities. And, you know, especially at Ilera-wellness, we are specialized in chronic inflammation diseases. And this also is used, they use the traditional Chinese medicine to treat this inflammation condition. And also that you have to know that traditional Chinese medicine doctors, they may use several types of treatments to restore the qi balance. So that means that they are specialized on acupuncture, Chinese pharmacopy, that means the medical herbs, Chinese dietetics. They are specialized also in massage technique and energy exercises, that means the Qigong and Tai Chi. And all these disciplines, they are treatments used in each case to prevent, to treat, and to maintain a good overall health in humans, you know.
Wow, this is so interesting. And I like the fact that Chinese medicine is a non-conventional medicine, which is a kind of a complementary type of technique used to resolve issues, health issues, including heal or overcome health problems. So can you tell us a little bit more about that particular circle of Chinese medicine, the different elements that it includes?
Yeah, sure, exactly. I'm gonna take you let's take an example. We have here is the Chinese elements that we have. Basically, we have 5 Chinese elements. We have the fire, the water, we have the wood, the metal, and the earth.
Okay.
And if we can just summarize that the wood, that's gonna be, I think, you guys can see that. And you have different elements. So for the wood, you have it here also. You can have the wood is usually is defined as the pronounces, the faith, the lowliness or nobleness. And the wood represents also the attractive, the luxuriant, the brilliant, you know, is the strongness, in just to summarize. The fire represents the propriety. That means the fire pronounces the future and also the strengthness and the softness. The metal represents the righteousness. That means the metal promotes also the lifespan, longevity, or abortion. And the water, this is the wisdom. The water pronounces the talents, the sage or the fall. And the air finally pronounce the fidelity and honesty. And as we can see on this this schema that is just in front of us, we see that we have different hours. And that means that according to the 5 elements that we have, the yin and the yang in Chinese medicine, we have different elements are represented by different organs. For instance, if I take the fire is represented by the heart and the small intestine. And as an example, if somebody usually have to be sick, to be bad from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., that's we're gonna say in the Chinese medicine that this person is in a fire cycle. That means that this person has his fire in excess. And usually in Chinese medicine, we all have these 5 elements. The only difference is that from one person to the other, one element will be the more higher than the other one. And what we are looking for and what we are helping in Chinese medicine, in naturopathy, is to maintain this balance in order to not have any element more than the other. And for instance, also people that are gonna wake up every day, for example, from 11 p.m. to 3 a.m., they're gonna stay on the wood. That is the green part on this schema. And that means that the wood, the organ that are affected is the liver and the gallbladder. And this person, even if they all the time wake up at 2 a.m. in the morning, that means that the liver is in excess, is working so hard. So what we're gonna do in traditional Chinese medicine is to lower his liver activities in order to balance with the other organs. So that's the principle of the Chinese medicine. And what is important also for you to know is that they try to equilibrate, they try to maintain the balance between these different elements.
Right. So if someone, for example, is suffering from asthma, so we know that,
yeah.
Go ahead. We know that at 4 a.m., then that means that the lung is the organ that is having an issue, right? Sure. Does this mean that they wake up at 4 a.m. or does it mean that their lung is actually going into activity at 4 a.m.?
No, that means that their lung are going to activity at 4 a.m., but by the same way, this person, they don't feel well, start from 4 a.m. Okay. That's gonna be 3:30, 5 a.m. They are still in the same range. So usually they feel uncomfortable. Usually they will say that at 4 a.m. they feel that they has a lot of mucus and they have to go in the bathroom or they have to wake up because they don't feel well. But usually people ignore that. It's because there is a signification. And for the people that are lucky, when they are wake up at these hours, that means that their body are giving them some signals. And that is the way to better understand that this is a lung that is involved and maybe they are on the way to have the asthma. So they have to react. And usually people don't understand. They don't listen to the body signals. So usually they don't realize that they used before in the past to wake up at 4 o'clock. And this is when I'm working with my clients, we discovered it at the end because usually they was waking up at 4 o'clock. We never imagine, they never interpret that. But in the future, we noticed that when they develop mucus and lung diseases, it was that because of that.
And what do we do in that particular case when someone wakes up at 4 a.m. and because their lung is in a hyperactivity mode? In naturopathy or in Chinese traditional medicine, how can we help the person?
Yeah, there is a lot of aspect of that. The first aspect, as I said at the beginning, traditional Chinese medicine doctors is not he's not specialized in one domain. He's holistic. So usually he do acupuncture. We're gonna propose acupuncture for these persons. We have also some acupuncture points that we are learning. I know how to do some of them in naturopathy, but basically not all of them. But we are going to try with acupuncture some point, see that if this person is getting better. The second point also is the dietetics. As we say, nutrition have a big impact also in our health. So we're gonna learn and work with this person how to involve and how to improve also his nutrition and involve the person to better improve his nutrition.
And that's where, that's where we try to analyze with the person the time at which they have dinner and what kind of food they eat, because all these elements, the diet is actually going to impact the ability to sleep well, especially at this interval of time, right?
Exactly. And also we don't forget it, there is also the herb, the Chinese supplement, the herbs that we use that's going to help this person also to better feel. the idea, basically is to understand why this person is having these troubles and not to remove these troubles. The objective is to remove them, but not to give them some medicine, because we are not medical doctors, but basically is to help people to know what is the causes of their diseases or their problems. So the objective is not to treat, but is to improve the health of these persons.
But by understanding the root causes of their illness or their discomfort, we are indirectly helping them self-heal, right?
Exactly.
Oh, that's interesting.
Exactly. And also, just going back to the 5 elements of the traditional medicine, Chinese medicine, we have water, the wood, the fire, the health, and the metals. Okay? The 5-element theory, that means that the generating, the interaction also beginning, engendering, or mothering. So that means that it was the previous one. Yeah, the first one that you have just shared us.
Right. Let me take that again.
Yeah. If we just go back to this picture, we're going to see that we can see that metal generate water. The second one.
Yes, I'm going back to it right now.
So this is amazing, because you're going to see that finally Chinese medicine is wonderful, because we can see also some interactions. We can also apply and better understand. Stop recording.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead, Solange.
Okay, so we're gonna know this is wonderful, because that's learn us to know exactly in which element we belong to. And you can see, for example, on these pictures.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to go back to this one. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so as we can see, is that on this one, we can just notice that, if you take the metal generate water. The water nourishes the wood. Wood feeds fires, and fire creates health. Health builds metal. And this is logic, because when you take water, the water gonna extend the fire. So if you have more water, you don't have any more fire.
Right.
And that means that the water destroys the fire. That means if you are living, for example, with a mother that is water, that have more water elements, and the person, a child, has more fire elements, that means that the mother gonna push him all the time. Go, 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 go. But at the end, this child, when he will become adult, he cannot be fire anymore, because his mother used to push him. So he's gonna jump to the earth. The earth, that means he's gonna be, he will have instability.
Wow.
Instead of fire, he's earth, because his mother used to push him. And then, because he's not balanced, he's unstable, that means that this child, he can become like, he have depression when he will be adult. He will have heart diseases. Heart diseases usually is related to the lung issues. Also, this child can have diabetes. He can have an hypertension. So this is the way we interpret the Chinese medicine. So usually when you can see on these pictures, that means that if we take the mother and daughter theory, that means that the mother of the wood is the water. The mother of the fire is wood. The mother of the earth is fire.
So one impacts the other.
Is metal. Exactly. Okay. We are going like a cycle. So the mother is the mother and the daughter. And then at the opposite side, when you take the destruction theory of these 5 elements, that means the water destroys the fire destroys the metal destroys the wood. And that means usually people, if people is fire, for example, for instance, you take one person is fire, The fire, that means that he has somebody water that is pushing him, but this time gonna jump to the earth. And after that, what's gonna happen? This person gonna have a lot of diseases because he's not in balance with his body, because he was used to have a lot of pressure. And usually it's the same thing at job. At the job, also at the office, if you have a boss that is water and the other employee is fire, that's gonna crash. And usually they're gonna go jump to depression because they are not in the balance. So usually naturopathy in Chinese medicine, we're gonna help this person to better understand what are these 5 elements he belongs to, and what is the impact that he had during his childhood. Which kind of mother? Was his mother wood? Was his mother water? Was his boss water? Was his boss wood or metal? And then according to that, we're gonna help this person to express himself, to go back to his fire in order to find his own balance. And this is amazing, and this is very good from Chinese medicine, and I love it. Because you can take, for example, a child. I can take a 5-year-old child. 5-year-old child, if you better understand at the beginning, you know his element, and you see, for example, that this child is a wood element. That means that maybe he has a father or a mother water. Okay, that means that this wood, what is wood? Wood is the liberty, is the emancipation. That means this child wants to do everything. They want to have a lot of autonomy, but the mother is pushing him. No, you can't. And that means that the mother, that means the person that is pushing him, even is not his mother or somebody at his office or a teacher, that means this person is metal, and metal is destroying the wood. And if this child cannot express his wood, he's gonna go to the fire. And in fire is impact with the intestine. That means that this child, when he will become adult, he can have intestine disorders. That means intestine disorders, what does it mean? Inflammation condition. He can have gut diseases.
Wow, this is mind-blowing, Solange. What you are basically telling us is that the environment that you grow up in can also impact your health in the sense that you need to understand which of these 5 elements you belong to. Otherwise, you can develop some diseases down the road, right?
Exactly. And this is a basic understanding of the Chinese medicine. People that are developed, most of them, not all of them, but most of people that are developing diseases when they become adult, is because they may belong to one of the 5 Chinese elements. We all have 5 of all of them, but only one is more higher than the other.
One is dominant.
Exactly, one is dominant. Thank you. And maybe this dominant point, people try to, or the environment condition, they try to lower it to him so he can express it. And when he becomes adult, that is expressed by the diseases.
Wow.
So that's why we go back to the childhood to better understand why this person is sick. And usually people say that this is sub-health. They call it sub-health. For example, the person is sick, he go to hospital, they don't find something. What's happened, sir? Everything is normal. I take your blood pressure, I take your all the vitals points, but everything is good. But the person is still saying that, no, I feel something is missing. I don't feel well. So usually we have to go back. That's gonna be that his qi, his yin and yang is not balanced. So that means that we have to go back to see exactly what element is having impact on this person. And that's the same thing. You take also somebody that during his childhood, he was, I don't know, he was fighting by his dad, his father, or his mother. They was maltreated him. They was treating him in the bad way. But when he developed, when he grew up, he has 2 ways. The first way, he becomes sick because he tried to
internalize all the pressure.
Exactly, to have all the pressure in him. And the second way, if he doesn't become sick, he's gonna transmit it to another body in order to be open from that. And this is the key in traditional medicine also, because people don't realize that. Usually we say that there are some people that are the pedo psychiatrist or the people that are pedophile or something like that. So we try to understand that also. Which way they choose? Is it the way that they decided to take depression and then become sick and don't transmit it to the other generation? Or they choose the other way, they're going to transmit it, and step by step, that's going to transmit it to generation from a generation.
That's why self-healing is very important, right?
Exactly. And Chinese medicine is explaining that to us. So we have to get up to know if we are reacting in this way. That means that that has an impact in our childhood.
Wow, I love Chinese medicine.
I love Chinese medicine. Thank you, Giselle.
What you're explaining right now makes so much sense and tries to draw the relationship between our infant childhood and our adult situation, right? There's a basically clear link between the two. And it does also impact relationships, right? Yeah. So when you have, you're in a, let's say, a romantic relationship with someone who is water and the other person is fire, you try to understand why that person is fire, and that is linked to the background of the person as a child. Then you start understanding the whole relationship between who that person was and who that person became to be in their adulthood. Wow, so beautiful.
Exactly, and it's something that we ignore. So you guys that are watching us, it is important to know before getting in couple, before getting married with somebody, it is interesting to know, not to destroy your marriage, but is to understand which kind of element this person is and which kind of element I am, so we can just try to compensate. And even we know that metal is destroying the wood, we can know that, okay, we know that these Chinese elements are that, so we're gonna try together to work together. And also by the other side, also, if you have children or children for those who has one, that's, you have to understand also which element your children is become, because you are preparing the tomorrow, the future adult. So that means that if your child is wood element, but he all the time want to be autonomous, want to just find a good balance. Way, a balance between you and him, because try to not pushing him all the time. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want you to do that. You are closing him, you are pushing him. And when he will become adult, what he will do, he will go and fly by himself and just
there'll be a clash.
Some crash and become sick. So that is very important to understand. Know which element your child or your parents or your family or your husbands belong to. And that's going to help you to better understand the psychology of this person, how we can work together, how I can prepare my children that have the future adults to better be equilibrated in their mental health.
Yeah, my question for you, Solange, how do you maintain the balance between those 5 elements? Because everybody has the 5 elements, right? So in order not to have one element dominant over the other one, how do you maintain the balance?
Yeah, usually what we will do, for sure, you're gonna have one dominant than the other. Example, if I take, I can say we have Big Keys that is a 18 years old man. Okay, he has these 5 elements, but for sure, Big Keys has his fire dominant. Okay, for sure, we're gonna have he will be fire dominant all his life. What does it mean? If he is the fire dominant, that means that Big Kiss is somebody that's all the time like to do the fiesta. He likes to be happy with everybody. He has to enjoy his families. He has to help his family. That is the fire peoples, okay? But the only thing, we don't want that the fire is in exceed. But he wants him all the time. he will have more fire than the other. But this high fire cannot be exceeded, because when it's become exceed, that there is a problem. And when it is lower, also there's a problem. So it's to maintain the balance by keeping his predominant elements. So what we are doing, for example, if somebody has more fire than the other, it's okay at the time that he's equilibrated. He's okay, he's in the good health, and he's correct. But since he became to have more fire in him because he have a lot of pressures or a lot of stress, what we can do is he gonna fall in the earth, and the earth, that's gonna give him some diseases. So usually to equilibrate all that, to balance, we're gonna help him to lower his fire's activities. And that's again, nutrition, acupuncture gonna help him, and also physical activities. Right. So according to each element, there is kind of physical activities you can do. According to each predominant element, there is acupuncture points that we can do on the body just to equilibrate and balance the body. According to each element, there is also nutrition that you have to adapt. So usually we say that the person that have, usually in French medicine, in allopathic medicine, we say that also that people that has a blood number, blood O, I don't know how you call it, is blood A, blood.
Oh yeah, the blood sign.
Yeah, the blood sign. They should eat a kind of
specific kind of food.
Yeah, exact nutrition. So in Chinese, traditional Chinese medicine is the same thing also. And also you have the herbs that can help people to balance. So that are the different techniques that we use for the people to balance in order to be better in the elements, the predominant elements. And this is wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so amazed by the way you explain it. I wish I knew this like 20 years ago. But yeah, that's interesting. Are there some more elements that you want to share with us?
I will just show you the last table that's going to show you exactly the traditional Chinese medicine 5 elements. That basically just summarize the element, the wood, the fire, the earth, the metal, and the water, and give you exactly which organ are involved for each element. But basically, you can find it on the literature everywhere. So that can help you, and also help you better understand which element you bring, what are your predominant elements, and based on that, you can better understand why this happened to you in the life and how you can improve your life by balancing different elements.
Wow, that's so amazing. I love the way you explain it, and I love the fact that Chinese medicine can allow us to understand better about who we are and how we can achieve our own wellness by trying to maintain a balance of all these elements. So one person can shift from one element to the other one as they go through life.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, sure. But if you take the cycle, they cannot shift in all elements, but they can shift in the triangle. That means that's why it's a triangle. For example, the water can shift to the wood can shift to the earth. Okay, the second one, the wood can shift to the fire can shift to the metal. So they can shift, but they can shift in the way of doing a triangle.
Okay, I see.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, and thank you so much for enlightening us today, Solange. I wish we knew more about these, and I'm sure we're going to have more sessions or more interviews about this particular topic, because Chinese medicine is wonderful. It can help you understand the root causes of your diseases and go back to teaching you the relationship between yourself, your condition, your health condition, and the environment that is around you. And having been in China, we did really enjoy this, but now I feel like we're discovering medicine in a different way, right? The traditional medicine in relation to ourselves, and how does it really help us achieve our own wellness. Well, thank you so much, Solange. Is there something else that you want to share with us before we close today?
I'll just follow and just thank you our auditors in Chinese. So 我们的中国人，我们的说的谢谢你很多的，这是 Chinese medical medicine. So 谢谢很多的，再见啊。
Thank you so much, Solange, for your contribution today. Thank you all for following us. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please do so. And don't forget to like this video. And until we talk to you again, be well. Bye for now. Yes, Solange.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.